An equation like this has many solutions. Using chart method or just whatever method you want, you might kind of look at this and say, well, it seems like one answer is x equals negative 2 and y equals 1 would get me 5 times negative 2 plus 11 times 1, which would be negative 10 plus 11, which would be 1. But let's just say for whatever reason, so x equals negative 2, y equals 1. Let's just say I, for whatever reason, want to find an answer where the x value was positive and the y value was negative. Well, there's a way of taking solutions to an equation like this and producing other solutions that have that happen where the other one is negative. And I'll show you how to do that. Clean this up a little bit. So we take our initial solution, which says that 5 times negative 2 plus 11 times 1 equals 1, which is true. I like to write it, sort of reverse this around, so negative 2 times 5 plus 1 times 11 equals 1 is also true. And the trick is 5 times 11, which is 55, is like the magic number here. I am going to add, this one's negative 2, so I'm going to add 55 to this term, but I'm going to write it as 11 times 5. And since this is positive 1, I'm going to subtract 55, but I'm going to write it as 5 times 11. And if you want, you could even say equals 0 there. So I basically added 55 to the first term and subtracted 55 from the second term, which is going to leave the answer as 1. But when you combine these two things, if we think of the 5 as like sort of they're like terms because they both have 5 in them, negative 2 plus 11 is positive 9 times 5. Same thing here. I think of these 11s as kind of like almost like a variable, and 1 plus 1 minus 5 is negative 4. So what I have here is a second set of answers, 9 and negative 4, which are also x equals 9, y equals negative 4, is another solution to this. It's true, 5 times 9 is 45, plus 11 times negative 4, which is 44, negative 44, does equal 1. Now if you're looking for what's sort of the shortest shortcut for doing a question like this, so I'll just go back to this question, 5x plus 11 y equals 1, and if I have an answer, x equals 2, y equals negative 1, the trick is that the next answer, we take the positive answer, we're going to subtract from it the other coefficient, which was 11, and the negative answer, I'm going to add on the negative 1 went with the 11, but I'm going to add on the other coefficient, which is the 5. And that's how we can get, that's a short way of getting the other two answers. So we started with an answer with x positive and y negative, and we ended up with an answer where x is negative and y is positive.